I'm using an ability and this is just the most awesome ability I've ever seen.
Sure.
That's the type of stuff we want to inspire players to kind of jump into the next match and find even more cool stuff.
And you can
Got it.
strategize. One of the reasons why I like playing duos is because it almost feels like you get twice as many abilities, and you can strategize. You're going to be the fire pirate, and I'm going to be the Arcanosphere pirate.
So do solo players and duo players play together?
So the way it works is we have all duos in a match and all solos in a match.
Good decision.
Duos, you can also, you know, pre-form a party with a friend.
That's a good
and be able
decision.
to
Yeah.
Get into the match with them as well.
I think that it would end up being a little unfair to have solo players on the battlefield with duo players because
I think that they should allow people to queue into duos as solo players if they want to. Like, you should be able to, you know how, like, for example, like in COD, you were able to, like, solo queue squads? You can? Okay, then, yeah, there you go.
duo players are coordinating their spells and abilities. It made it really easy to use the ping system in-game so that it's really easy for you to communicate even if you're not talking with your partner. So they would already have an advantage, and we wouldn't want to disadvantage a solo player like that. I think the duos also has the revive mechanic too, which is super cool, especially if you're a player that dies first, like I tend to.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. We shouldn't be on the same team. Then.
A lot of players hate it. I'll look at it in a minute.
So if your partner dies, you are able to revive them, but you're not reviving them the normal way you would revive a player in WoW.
You're
You
just
don't need to
giving them
press any
drunk?
extra buttons or collect any spells or items that do this. This is actually just something that is kind of baked into the experience. And if you die, you'll have a ring around you. Your partner can stand on you, and then you'll get revived and able to play the game again. Normally in World of Warcraft, when your character dies, you're looking at your character's corpse and seeing a release button on it. Well, with Plunderstorm, we knew that we wouldn't be able to release. So what are you going to be doing, looking at your corpse the whole time? Well, the engineers, you know, got together and they decided, hey, let's add spectating mode to this. So
Wow.
once you die, you can actually spectate your teammate until you're either revived or, unfortunately, you're eliminated. And then once your team is eliminated, you can spectate anybody on the entire map.
That's-
so we wanted to really make sure that we're kind of introducing new things in WoW that normally wouldn't exist in, you know, Dragonflight. Or
Yeah, sure.
Classic or another
I get that.
and make this pretty unique to Plunderstorm. There's other things that we kind of broke the rules on too, which was there's no faulting.
And everyone can double jump.
Everyone can double jump. And
Just
people
things
love
that we thought were fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
These are things.
That's crazy. So they just decided to try to make the game mode fun. Wow. Whoa. Who thought of this?
that you can't do in World of Warcraft. And that's intentional because that's built around a very different experience. But here, we said, well, we love WoW's combat, but we want to change up how you do WoW's combat. And we wanted to not only make it different for fighting other players, but also fighting monsters. All the monsters have a different type of abilities that they're going to be able to attack you with. These aren't your normal just auto attack abilities whenever a mob gets on you. These are going to be actually telegraphed abilities that you're going to see.
These are going to be actually telegraphed. Unlike the raid mechanics, which are like, you know, 5 different versions of red, and so you don't really know what's going to happen. Yeah, these are actually telegraphed. Okay, that's great. Yeah, this is good to see.
Pass in front of the monster and be able to sidestep it. So there's actual mechanics tied to all of the monsters that are in the map as well.
Like everything has become kind of more action-oriented combat, and that's one of the things we can accomplish when it's all encapsulated within an event.
On top of that, I think a really cool part of this mode is that there's multiple layers of how you play it. So there's not only the spell acquisition, which we talked about, but also you're leveling through this experience as well. You're getting more health, and you want to get that so that you hopefully by the end of the match have enough level under your belt and enough items under your belt that you can come out on top.
I want to know, what rewards can I get?
Is this like a battle pass or
I'm a
something?
huge collector, and there's got to be something cool. It's plunder after all.
Oh yeah, no, we've got a ton of rewards, a ton of intentionally pirate-themed rewards coming your way in Plunder. There's 40 renown levels that you can get in Peg Books.
Great.
It seems like a lot, but you're going to zip through them pretty quickly. We want this to feel super, super rewarding. So expect to get a renown level, you know, every 4 or 5 matches, at least a renown level a day for even your casual gamer. Every renown level that you level up has a reward associated with it. Everything that you unlock.
I mean, these look nice.
In this mode is also going to unlock.
I mean, this is a really cool looking transmog. That looks awesome. Yeah, that looks really cool.
Transmog set for all of your main World of Warcraft characters. And then there's a couple of classic rewards in there as well for a World of Warcraft classic player. You can get a pet and a mount from this.
Is there anything you're doing to make
I don't know if a mount like that fits into classic WoW. I feel like that's way too much, personally. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I think that's way too much for classic WoW.
you're doing to make Thunderstorm fair for all
Oh, for
players?
Wrath? Oh,
One of the things we're
yeah. Who
discussing
cares?
further
Yeah, at that
was
point,
whether
yeah.
or
Who
not we would
cares?
support add-ons or try to put the majority of the information players are looking for in the game world and in the mode.
Yeah, you know, World of Warcraft players are some of the smartest players in the world, and we're super excited for our players to check this out. One thing that we knew, though, is that we wanted a level playing field for all players to be able to play with. Third-party add-ons are awesome, and they're super cool to see.
Wait, 1 second.
So check this out. One thing that we knew, though, is that we wanted a level playing field for all players to be able to play with. Third-party add-ons are awesome, and they're super cool to see, and what the community comes up with is amazing. But for this, we really wanted everybody to have the same exact experience, which also made it challenging to make the event as well, because we need to make everything super obvious. When you're casting spells or you're attacking enemies, those things, you know, we won't have any assistance from any other add-ons, so we may need to make the game really streamlined and approachable in that way.
We've really spent extra time iterating on the UI and the UX, the visual.
So there's no add-ons? What a great idea. Yep. Wow. How about that?
effects in game to make sure everything is as clear as possible.
Is Plunderstorm a recurring event?
You know, we're really looking forward to seeing what players think of this event. It's a brand new thing for us. It's super unique and cool and different.
Yeah.
And depending on player feedback, we will see what the future of Plunderstorm looks like. We would love to bring it back in some form. If you like Plunderstorm, you know, please get on the forums, please get on social media. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you would like to see in a future iteration of it. I think importantly, now that we've got all this great backbone tech.
Somebody asked, why is it only an event? The reason why it's only an event is because they need to release it and then figure out how it's good and how it's bad. And then after they do that, they're going to fix it. Because like, I bet whenever I play it, it's going to suck in some ways. And so they're going to have to make it better. It's testing. Like, it's just a smart thing to do.
Set up for creating these sort of in-game events, we can definitely look forward to making more in the future. So let us know what you think.
Feedback is super important for us. It's actually something that we take very seriously, not only externally, but also internally. And we want to make sure this is a fun experience. So just like Jeremy said, get on the forums, get on social media. Let us know what you think.
I am so excited to play Plunderstorm, and I'm sure all of you are as well. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Bethany. It was great to be here, and we will see you in the Plunderstorm.
Oh my gosh.
All
See
right.
you guys next time.
So, what do I think about this? I actually think that this seems quite promising and pretty good. Like, I haven't played it yet, so I don't really know this, but like the premise of this and the goals that they have, this is a huge W. Because if you think about all the things that I've been talking about with WoW for the last like years, the main things are the game's too fucking complicated, there's too many buttons, there are too many things happening at the same time, you need to have a million different add-ons to play the game effectively, and this solves literally every single one of those problems. That's crazy. Yeah, that's actually really good. 3-button dungeons, yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't even know what to say. The chances are the Spellbreak devs help, that's why it's fun. Well, yeah, because they acquired, I think the studio was called Proletariat, about 2 years ago. So World of Warcraft players are some of the smartest players in the world. I mean, some of them are, it's just not most of them. Biggest mistake in this revealing is the sneaky bush. Now everyone will be aware of it. That's actually a good point. How could it be that they have a spectator mode in raid fights whenever you die? Don't forget to greet the boss driver. Don't know if this will be good. Meeting of suits. Here's an idea. My kid loves the Fortnite game. Can we make WoW do that? Yeah, I mean, I remember I said they should have done this like what? Fucking like 5 years ago or something like that in BFA. So I'm glad that they're finally doing it. This is something that probably should have happened a long time ago, but I'm just glad that it's happening now. Plunderstorm sounds more like your current business model. Hopefully they're using this to test new tech for the game overall. Yeah, exactly. Holy shit. You know, they just canceled the game they had in development. There's nothing new coming from Blizzard next few years. Yeah, we'll see what happens. World of Warcraft players from Smart World make everything super obvious. Yeah, sure. This is the dude that made Island Expeditions. Keep that in mind. Island Expeditions were good. The reason why Island Expeditions were bad was because you had to do them. And they never got iterated on or improved. So, like, whenever the game first came out, Island Expeditions were fine. It's the same as Torghast. So, like, Blizzard had this problem where they took new content and they made players have to do it. And because players had to do it, then people hated it. But if Torghast was optional from the beginning, if Islands were optional from the beginning, they weren't the best way to get Azerite, nobody would have had this problem that they had. So, like, it really wasn't the content itself, because it's the same as, like, pet battles, right? Some people like them, some people don't. But you don't need to do pet battles in order to do the raid, so who cares? And people can just be like, ah, it is what it is, like Mage Shower, yeah. And so that's really what the problem was. Dazzle Crans, what is this?
World in the moat.
Yeah, you know, World of Warcraft players are some of the smartest players in the world, and we're...
Yeah, sure. The content no one asked for, landlocked pirates with no boats. Well, this is a good start. They made PvP less sweaty, sounds good. Yeah, because nobody can get into WoW PvP nowadays. Like, it's insane. Oh, sure, WoW can even support 60 people on the same map. Yeah, of course they can, because there's not 17 different calculations happening every fraction of a second. So, did not expect this. Yeah. Well, let's look at how people are responding to this on the subreddit. Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious to see what people are saying. A prophet from 2018. You know what? This is what happened whenever Blizzard taking their sweet time to release the game instead of hitting whenever it's hot. By the time Blizzard releases Heroes of the Storm, the MOBA genre is pretty much declining. Now the Battle Royale, hottest and popular genre, I don't see Blizzard doing anything to eat that pie. I guess they most likely are busy trying to reinvent the wheel. By the time they came out with a new unique Battle Royale Blizzard game, most likely Battle Royale fad has died off and Blizzard is only at the starting line. Oh my god. All right. Well, they're not happy about that. Are people hyped for it? Well, let's read and see. Okay, but consider this. What's this? A Battle Royale in Warcraft. This was 5 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I remember I was saying that they should do this too. Like, I remember I used Duratar as an example. Actually, let me actually read some of the comments about this. I do think that they're right, that Blizzard moves too slow on stuff. They're definitely right about that. Is it only a 3-week event? Well, it's a 3-week event, but they've clearly invested a lot of time and money into doing this. So you can expect to see more things like this happen in the game in the future. That's right. Yeah, no doubt. Crazy thought. You guys don't have to play the new Battle Royale. The amount of negativity surrounding this is just silly. Well, do you want to know why there's a lot of negativity surrounding this? I'm going to explain why. The reason why is because the only people that are left playing WoW are the really hardcore players that are super dedicated, and the game has turned into a sweaty lobby simulator. And because it's turned into a sweaty lobby simulator, well, guess what happens? Whenever you bring in casual content to the game, they're mad about it because that's not what they're for. WoW has done a great job at alienating every type of player except for the super sweaties. That's it. The amount of negativity surrounding it in my circles, the rewards are grindy as fucked again. It's only lasting 6 weeks, so you need to grind for it. Yeah, they should probably make one level is like one game is one renown level. Like, I think that's very fair. And if you win, it's like 3. Like, I don't know why you'd make it 150. Yeah, 4 to 5 is 1. Like, that's crazy. But I don't know how long it's going to take. Name a more whiny player base than WoW players. I'll wait. I don't like this. I don't like the idea that, like, because WoW players cry about things, that they're automatically wrong for the things that they're crying about. No, I think actually WoW players do know what they want, and there has been a lot of positive feedback for a lot of things. Like, for example, dragon riding. People have been pretty much universally positive about dragon riding. People were universally positive about the questing experience in Dragonflight. People were pretty much universally positive about the different world events that happened. People were universally positive about, let me think. I would say like, no, that's probably not a good example. Solo shuffle. Yeah, well, no, that created other problems. Yeah, Season of Discovery. I think people are generally happy about Season of Discovery. Like the talent system. Talent system is great. Yeah. Like I feel like this isn't really true. This is something that like WoW defenders say in order to like invalidate actual complaints or concerns that people have. Yeah, a lot of WoW players were like really happy about a lot of stuff. Feels like more of a fun addition than a hardcore mode aimed at hardcore players. Yeah, exactly. Hardcore players have difficulty realizing not everything in the game is aimed for them. Yeah, and the thing is that like hardcore players need casual players to exist because a lot of hardcore players only play the game because they want to get recognized for being hardcore. So like the moment that a game dies and people like, that's why, for example, like whenever there isn't a big player base in like a free-to-play, like pay-to-win game, then the whales stop playing too, because whales need plankton to eat. And if the whales don't have the plankton, then they go extinct. And the same thing happens in the games like this, is that if you don't have a culture that's built around like rewarding and looking up to the people that are like really serious and like really good at the game, what you're gonna have is the serious people that are really good at the game. That percentage is gonna get smaller and smaller over time, and it's gonna eventually go away. Whales need to be elites, yeah. But no elites are there whenever there's no peasants to look down on. Yeah, it's that simple. Blizzard's launching an MMO spinoff of their RTS 7 years after Ultimate Online came out. It'll never sell. I don't think that anybody really thought that. And also, like, so the big reason why this happened is because people weren't playing Ultima Online anymore. Like, people are still playing Fortnite. It's kind of a bad example. It's a bad example in like 5 different ways. In what world have BR games died off? Fortnite, Warzone, PUBG are some of those popular games in the world. BRs are massively popular. Like, if I pull this up and I look at it, this is a BR, this is a BR, and then this one is. So, like, some of the top games are all battle royales. So, like, how are we really going to say this is, like, a dead genre? People like battle royales, and also another reason why people like them is because they're easy to get into and easy to get out of. Like, they're very fast, and you don't need to have, like, a lot of prior knowledge in the game. Jump in, jump out. Yeah, it's that simple. Battle Royale is brain rot? Really? Because I really like Battle Royale games. I think they're really fun. Yeah, I don't know where, like, I feel like this is, like, one of those things where it's the popular thing, so people dislike it. My personality is not disliking popular things, okay, guys? I like Fortnite. I think Fortnite's a great game. I think PUBG is a great game. I think Warzone was a great game. I don't know how it is now. Yeah, I think it's great. It's like people are just like are like kind of reflexively against it because it's popular amongst like kids and they're like 29 and so they're like, oh, I can't like this anymore. I'm still upset about Heroes of the Storm. It was a fun game they abandoned way too early. No, Heroes, like everybody says this about Heroes of the Storm, but the truth is that Heroes of the Storm was a completely dead game and nobody was playing it. And before somebody says, I was, like, who cares about you? Like, there's like millions of people out there that aren't. Like, and you look at how big, like, League of Legends is and how big Dota was, Heroes of the Storm wasn't even growing. Like, it wasn't gonna pop off. Like, that was it. The MOBA scene is dead. Like, League and Dota are the MOBA games. Until somebody totally reinvents what a MOBA is, it's not gonna happen. Just play Dota 2. Yeah, exactly. Dota is big. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it was big then, and yeah, it is still big. I couldn't get into BR until I tried Naraka Bladepoint. Yeah, that's a pretty popular game. Let's see here. I'm one of the all-time worst PvPers ever. So I'm going to apologize preemptively to whoever's unfortunate enough to match with me. Nice trailer. I have no idea what it means. Not interested in this at all. Very cool to see Blizzard try new things. Yeah, that's a great thing to say. Yeah, I think this is awesome that they're adding stuff like this. Spellbreak devs has something to do with this. Of all things, this is not it. PC Gamer article, they talked to Blizzard. Each one of the 40 renown levels. Well, they're trying something new, but it's not my cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, this actually seems like a lot of people are kind of positive about it. Yeah, I was expecting way more negativity. But this is actually pretty good. Holy shit. Yeah, there it is. But isn't BR bad? Yeah. Spellbreak was shit? Yeah, I never played the game. I'm not sure about that. YouTube is mostly negative, like 80% dislike ratio. YouTube is? Yeah, but like YouTube is... Like most YouTube commenters make comments before they even watch the video. It's amazing how out of touch you guys are. This is like 8 years too late. Excited to play it tomorrow. Lack of damage like Guild Wars 2 with an action bar. Definitely built for console players to drive new players to retail eventually. Well, like, isn't that a good thing? Yeah, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I think that's what they should be doing. Yeah, like, they should be doing that. Ultrac Valley was a form of BR? Not really, but yeah. Did you hear the rumors from early testers that Diablo 4 Season 4 is going to be massively improving the game? Oh, for sure, they're going to fix it. Checks the Twitch category for how many people are playing. Well, you know, I'd say this is really good. Like, everybody's playing the game. Everybody's trying it out. Holy shit. Yeah, it's not out on EU. Yeah. Well, that would probably, to be fair, that would probably increase the viewership. And so, why am I on this section? Because I'm going to play it. That's why. It's all Arathi? Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely, I'm about to try it out. Like, I'm reading some of the comments and everything. I'll look at, like, what people are saying about it on Wowhead, and then go from there. Okay, let's see here. All Plunderstorm. What's the Plunderstorm rewards? Where is it? Plunderstorm merch. Pets and mount rewards. Let's see. So what do they give you? So this is from Wrath. And so they give you this little crab. And then you also get a parrot mount. That's pretty cool. Okay. New faction meta achievements. That's a pretty cool looking mount too. Okay. Dragonflight meta expansion. Thunderstorm interviews. I want to make sure that I get this here. How to play it. Okay, this is the main post. Okay, so what did people in the comments say? 300 comments. What in the question mark? PvP Pog. This actually sounds awesome. What the fuck? Who asked for this? Who thought this was a good idea? I did. Like, I want to give, like, before I even try it out, I'm going to give my opinion on it. And, like, on what I think of, like, the concept of it, right? Like, obviously, I don't know if it's good or not because I haven't tried it out. But, like, for the concept of it, I think this is an incredibly great idea. And Blizzard should have done this 5 years ago. The biggest problem with retail WoW right now is that it's too complex and there's too much going on. This solves every one of my problems. Like, if I were to look at, like, think about it like this. Problems I have with WoW. Too complicated. Item bloats. Everything bloat. Add-ons. Too many spells. Hard to understand. Telegraphs. This solves every one of those problems. Oh, another one. It solves every single problem. So yeah, I think this is huge. As much just getting old, guys. This all started when he couldn't get the sword. Let's be honest. Do you think that's it? Yeah. Before I try it out, let me give my opinion on it. God, I love this guy. Well, yeah. I'm giving my opinion on like the idea of doing it. Like, I don't know whether the concept is actually like. So basically, there are a lot of things that are really good in practice, or sorry, really good in concept, but bad in practice. What I'm saying is that I'm talking about the concept of it. I massively support the concept of it. And I think that WoW needs to go more in this direction in a general level. It needs to be more like this overall. Or rather, they execute the concept poorly. Yeah, there's a lot of concepts that Blizzard tries to do, and they do them poorly. Like, for example, I think Torghast. Torghast was a great concept done poorly. island expeditions. Great concept, poor execution. So, I can go back and talk about the positives with island expeditions or the positives with Torghast. Now, is that the problem with the content fundamentally? No. But that's it. Torghast was not poorly. It was horribly done. Yeah, basically Warfronts. Yes! Warfronts were the best example. Dude, I remember I was so fucking excited. Dude, the moment that in the 2018 or 17, I forgot which one, BlizzCon, they announced Warfronts. And that, bro, the moment they brought up the talent tree and the tech tree from Warcraft 2, I was like, oh, yes. Oh. Like, I was so fucking excited. I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss.
Verbündeter Soldat am Boden. Erst. Der Feind hat zugelegt und ist jetzt im Vorteil.
Alright.
Mehrere Gegner. Hier, direkt bei mir.
Jules McConnell? Yeah, if he's around, I'll probably see if he's around in a bit. How's WoW too complicated? Maybe because you're always getting carried? There's too many abilities, too much shit going on. It's hard to get into. Too much. It's way too much. Too complicated for new players? Yeah. You think it's too complicated for me? Fuck no, it's a joke. It's a baby game for idiots. You literally just sit there and listen to DBM tell you what to do. The fuck? No, it's not hard. I'm talking about new players, average people. DBM changes diapers, yeah. What's the choice? Use DBM? Not really. People don't want to raid with you if you don't have it. It's not complicated. Someone just played it for 15 years. Yeah, exactly. You see the new Gladiator mount? The same as Season 1's, but blue. I mean, sure. It's sad to see some people, what a giant waste of development time. It's like, what do you want to see them add in again? Like another raid for tryhards to do? Who gives a fuck? Yeah, it's crazy PvP, so most players won't care. Awesome. Yeah, there it is. Add-on shouldn't be a core part of the game. As I said, here's how to fix WoW. Reset everybody's spells, and then remake every class with like 10 spells or less. Number one. Number two, remove all raiding difficulties except for 40-man raids. And then make 40-man raids of the relative same difficulty as like Old War hard modes. Make them easier, and make it to where there's way more people. Number 3, remove all add-ons with no exceptions. That's about it, actually. That's actually what I think. Except details, especially details.
Feindeinheit markiert. 60 Meter von meiner Position
Yeah.
entfernt.
3 steps to success. That is unironically what I think will make the game better. That will never happen. I know. You just eliminated disabled players? How? Yeah, like, I'm confused. Yeah, what? Add-ons make it accessible? Well, yeah. I mean, how does Final Fantasy XIV do it? How do they do it if you're disabled? Yeah, they also use add-ons. They can't. Yeah, exactly. That's just how it is. Like, do you really think that it's a good method of the game to make the entire game worse so some people that can't play it in a certain way are able to play it? That's a bad way to design a game. Of course you should have accessibility options, but if they come at the expense of the entire player engagement, then it's bad. Like, you should have accessibility whenever it doesn't ruin the game for everybody else. Like, I mean, what are we even talking about? Like, this is also like a 0.1% situation. And also, like, here's another one. This is a great idea. How about make the accessibility settings not add-ons? How about build them into the game? Yeah, imagine that. This guy doesn't care about disabled people. He's just using them for his argument. Yeah. Add-ons are a symptom of a problem, not the problem itself. No, I think that add-ons are, in fact, the actual problem, because even in Classic WoW, people overuse add-ons, and the add-ons play the game for you, even in Classic WoW. I actually think that add-ons are the legitimate problem. Can you explain the rationale behind wanting 40-mans? Yes. After that, I want to wrap this up and then start the game. The reason why I want 40-man raids to come back is because I think that it's cool whenever 40 people get together and do something. And I also think that there's another, like, a number of other, like, factors. Like, for example, I think that it's good to have a large group of people because it feels like it's more of an MMO, number 1. That's number 2, I don't know. And then number 3 also is that I think that they need to make raids easier in general. I think raids are way too hard nowadays. There's, like, too many things you have to keep up with and do. And so if you made it to where, like, you just took the current raids, you doubled the size, so that would be awful, right? So this would be a way to, like, make raids easier, but at the same time, oh, and this is also another issue, is that, like, it's so hard to get people to play the game and to, like, it's hard to carry people whenever you're in a 20-man, right? That's basically what it is. But, like, if you have 40 people, it's easier to carry people. And so that way, if you have somebody who's, like, not a super strong player, you can still go through the raid with them, and they're not going to completely ruin everything. We need friends for 40-man? Well, the thing is that if you have a good game, 40-man raids, like, for example, a lot of Classic WoW servers, like, have less people than retail does total, right? So people are able to do Classic WoW raids in 40-man all the time. And I think that people would like to do that again. I think it is fun. It's hard to carry on Mythic. Heroic is possible. Yeah, but one of the reasons why it's hard to carry is because you need a lot of those roles. And if you have 40, Beliar says he wants 10-man. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is that I actually think that they should do the opposite. And I know this is a very unpopular take that a lot of people disagree with. But I do genuinely believe this, and I think this will make the game better. Bring back the MMO and MMORPG. And again, the reason why I have people that are pushing back on this is because, as I said a minute ago, Retail WoW has done a great job at alienating every single person from the game except for hardcore sweaty lobby farmers. So guess what happens? The only